Morning, good afternoon or good evening. This is Roger Gilbert and I'm here in Valencia, Spain, attending the European Aquaculture Society's annual event. And I'm reporting for International Aquafeed. And I'm in the company of, I'm on the DSM stand, Firmenich actually, and I'm in the company of Dr. Benedict Standen. And his new job title is Head of Strategic Marketing and New Business Development globally. Ben, it's great to have you here. Welcome. You're the Global Product Marketing Manager for DSM?
Hi, good afternoon, Roger. That's correct, yeah. My name is Benedict Standen, and I'm the Head of Global Aqua Marketing for dsm-firmenich. So I have the huge privilege, actually, of working across the world, actually, with our global teams across the full portfolio, which, as you know, is hugely diverse in dsm-firmenich.
Yeah, so what have we got on display here at this event?
So at the moment we're exhibiting a few things, like showing off our campaigns. So firstly, actually one of our key core products here, it's a Carofill Pink, and it's a very special year for Carofill Pink. It's the 40th anniversary. This product was launched in 1985. So you can imagine the industry was in its early infancies then, and it's actually helped shape the industry now. So it's astaxanthin, it helps give salmon and even shrimp their color. And it's been a core contributor of the value proposition and the product quality, which we see in salmon, especially today.
So in terms of product quality, what does it add?
So there's a couple of things. Like firstly, it adds pigmentation. You know, we always eat with our eyes first. So when you go and buy fish from the market, you want to see that really nice pigmented, a nice pink, a nice orange color for salmon. Something we're also seeing more and more, it's becoming more important for shrimp as well. So if we think about markets like China, like Hong Kong, like Japan, again, they like a very, very well pigmented shrimp, and they are willing to pay a premium for this as well. So the traditional market has been for the salmon, but we're growing more and more in the shrimp as well now.
Right, and beyond shrimp, are there other species that you're working with, other products for them?
For the carotenoids, maybe a few species niche species in China, in Japan. But of course, as dsm-firmenich, when we think about our wider portfolio, we're working across the species, not with the 500 plus species which we see. We work with our core species, which will be your salmonids, which will be your shrimp, which will be your tilapia, your marine species like bass bream, pangasius. So of course, we're always trying to bring new solutions, but we have a global focus on these core 4 or 5 different species.
Right. You mentioned tilapia there. Where's the focus? Where's the focus region or country for tilapia?
Again, it goes with the countries. It's really a global industry. So our key countries would be Egypt, of course, which is where the home of the tilapia, and then across Southeast Asia and also Brazil. And I had the real privilege actually of being in Brazil a few weeks ago, and I was super impressed with how consolidated, how organized the tilapia industry is there with the cooperatives. It's not like something you see in Asia, for example, where the value chain is very, very fragmented.
Yeah. Well, I traveled to Brazil as well, you know, not with you, but more recently to Victam Latam. And we had a presentation about tilapia in Brazil. Yeah. And it was the fastest growing species compared to chicken, pigs, dairy that Brazil has experienced. And on top of that, it's still growing. So it's an amazing species production in Brazil.
And I think that's something that dsm-firmenich is also recognizing in terms of the CAGR, the growth. Aquaculture in general is the fastest growing animal protein sector. You know, it's growing quicker than poultry, growing quicker than swine. And I was really impressed with the ambitions of the cooperatives in Brazil. They want to double within 3 years, you know, so like I say, even faster, as you say.
It's amazing. So how do you see the future? Are we at a period of incline or growth, or are we still sort of bubbling along, plateauing, or?
I think it depends on the species, it depends on the region. So for example, generally aquaculture will be growing around 4 or 5% per year. If you look at salmon, we're expecting a growth of around 3%, 2-3%, something like this, driven by Norway and Chile. When you look at Mediterranean aquaculture, it's growing slightly. This is also driven by Turkey, actually, so we're growing very, very fast in Turkey. And some of the carp species, for example, they will be relatively flat. But actually that's a huge advantage for dsm-firmenich. With our global reach, our global portfolio, when one species is coming down, we see another one coming up. So again, we can always innovate, we can always bring sustainable solutions for the industry.
In your capacity, what are the highlights in Asia?
So Asia, actually we're experiencing, focusing on fish and shrimp in Asia. One of the challenges that we have in Asia at the moment, especially with the shrimp, is the potential tariffs coming from the US. So when you think about Indonesia, Vietnam, they're almost solely reliant on the US in terms of an export market. So they've experienced many years, or a couple of years of very weak prices, and they've just started making money again. And this profit could be taken back by the US tariffs. So I think we need to work with them to diversify the market, to improve the productivity, to improve the efficiency, again, to put our customers back in the black in terms of profitability.
And do you see any other impacts of tariffs on the aquaculture business?
I think I'm not an expert in this, I have to say. I don't think anybody really knows what's happening with the US right now. I think it's still quite early, I would say. So we just have to see how it plays out. But at the end of the day, for us, it's business as usual. We're always working to improve efficiency, to improve profitability, and improve sustainability. So whatever is happening in the geopolitics, there's always a role for us to play together with our customers.
Yeah. And how have you been received? How have you found this year's event here in Valencia?
We've had the privilege actually to participate in EAS for many, many years. And I would say Valencia, it's one of the biggest conferences, biggest EASs we've been to, with around 3,000 delegates, I think. So it's really a great opportunity to connect with current customers, old friends, meet new faces, new friends, press partners like yourself. And again, you cannot beat a face-to-face discussion. Yeah. So, we really, really enjoyed this event. And we're here in an amazing location. We've had a great footfall here. And again, an opportunity to talk about our campaigns, our products. And by the way, what I have to mention, High-D. This is a product which is coming very, very soon to the EU market. So High-D is a kind of a 25-hydroxy D3. So it's very, very similar to vitamin D, but it has greater availability. So we've just got a positive opinion from EFSA in June. So we would expect the product to be launched in Q1 of next year. And again, this is a product which is fundamental, I think, to immunity, to growth, to product quality. It really seems to be kind of not a golden bullet, if you like, but we're really, really excited about this product. So watch this space.
And also, have you had many comments about it? Have you had discussions about that product?
Yeah, so actually we've been working on it for many, many years. You can imagine with an EU dossier, it's not just something that happens overnight. So together with our innovation team, which you can see in the background here, we've been working also together with our customers to build faith in the product, work together, build that data set. And of course, that gives us a lot of early opportunities. So we don't have to wait for the registration, to start collecting data.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, and I hope the rest of the show goes well. But thank you, Ben, very much for spending time with us.
Thank you very much, Roger.